everybody, we are back for another week to talk about luxury real estate. You know that we've had some guests on here, and I just want to thank all my guests for being on here. I know y'all have subscribed and you share and you like our content, and we are very thankful for it. As I've shared, we've grown in our numbers and we've grown in our follows and our family. So we really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Of course, I am Dr. Briley. And
Austin Tony.
Yes, so we are here today to talk about some stuff. Now, usually we'll start with something funny, but I think we're probably all worn out this week. This week was a week, right? It was
always a week.
It's always a week.
It's always a week.
We got, from this week, we're talking about owning, how it feels to own a ultra luxury property, whether it's residential, whether it's commercial, and I know I'm pretty exhausted. About 3 days ago, I did get inherited what you want to call, it's by the lake, so we call it like a lake house. So I did get inherited that piece of property. Sits off about an acre, or a little bit shy of an acre. And so I decided that I'm going to turn this into a luxury RV place, a destination spot in Angleton, Texas. And because it's not many of them out there in Angleton. Far and few of them. It depends on what county road you're on. And Angleton, Texas is really growing by leaps and bounds. So I'm pretty excited. I know Austin said he's going to navigate me through these waters. So that's what I'm going to kind of talk about a little bit today, is that portion of luxury. And I know we're going to hit a lot of different things, but the benefits of owning something like that,
right?
It's it's rewarding, but it does cost, and it's good, bad, and ugly, but mostly good when you're owning the benefits of owning a ultra luxury place.
Right. There is.
And you stay off the lake, so y'all done a lot of renovations. So
Y'all. Me.
I know. I say y'all to try to make it a team collaboration.
Kidding.
No.
My uncles have put in time. They've put in time.
Right.
And
so
one of my uncles actually, he was in a freak. This could be my crazy story.
Oh, okay. You got one?
I forgot. You try to skip again. No, I'm kidding. No, I think it's already probably been 10 years now, which is weird. 10 years seems like a lifetime, and that's not anymore as you get older. A lifetime way.
I know.
But he was driving. They live in Colorado, and he was driving just home from work one day, and a semi crashed into the back of him in a Jeep, accordioned his Jeep, and parts of the semi went through him and decapitated him. So the only thing that was connected was his esophagus.
That's a sad story.
He barely, it's crazy.
Wait, I ain't trying to laugh. No, I don't want to laugh or nothing, but are you finna tell me a sad story?
This man is headless, and
I can't even believe
this is the man that I'm going to dinner with tonight. He's alive. Had no head. His head was removed from his body and hanging out the front of his car. But his airway was there, and his main artery that runs up your neck.
You're trying to make me have a lot of little short clips with my facial expressions.
Isn't that insane?
That's insane. So wait a minute. So it never snapped off?
The bones did and everything.
Jeez.
Completely gone. So
he's here for a reason.
They call him a robot because he has metal all over him.
In his neck, is it stiff to turn and stuff?
He can't look straight up. So I'll even the other day. So he's been helping me on. Y'all a mess
as a family. Look how you laughing.
He's been helping.
You're trying to hold it in. Y'all, let me tell you something.
I know.
Family, don't y'all come for me. Yeah. Don't y'all come for me messing with Austin. See, okay.
No, he has good spirits about it. So it's good.
Okay.
Because it's unbelievable that he's alive. So
amen.
He's like, it is.
Oh my God.
But anyways, he's been helping me with redoing stuff on our house, which is pretty crazy. And I've even been like, I can't believe.
You got me. Lord Jesus, you got me laughing. Okay, go.
Just me and handicap out there.
What, for real? So let me ask you this: when this happened, was he in the car by himself?
Mm-hmm.
Thank God, because I don't think I could take that.
Yep.
No, to be serious.
Completely
I think.
by himself. His head was over there. His body was.
How
in the
did
car.
they do? That's a bad
They were
doctor.
connected. Yeah.
That
it
was
crazy.
a bad doctor.
Yep.
Like serious. Like no, not bad in a bad way. Like I'm
Right.
saying, like that doctor know his stuff.
There's 7 doctors on him. For.
He's
so
supposed to be here for a reason.
Right. He was in a coma for 8 months, I think.
8 months is a long
6
time.
months maybe. He coded over that time probably. He coded 3 times that day, so he died. Came back 3 times the day it happened.
God is so good.
They put him induced him into a coma. Mm-hmm. And then he coded a few times, but still came back.
Wow.
Still here, but
that's amazing. No, that means that's a testament that he has something to do with his life. For
absolutely.
real. For real.
One of the most golden people
really?
you would ever meet. Yeah. Most caring. Like, every relationship and conversation he has is, like, authentic, and he,
Let me tell you something. That's amazing.
But, yeah, so.
That's a heck of a story, Austin.
Yeah, and there's a lot to it. But they did do one thing that is really cool that my aunt thought of, was keeping videos through the whole thing, and pictures all through his therapy, because, that lasted for a few years. He still does therapy. But that lasted for a couple of years where he was still in the hospital. So whenever all of that finished, they went back, and my aunt put all that together, made a whole presentation, and got everyone that was involved, so all of his nurses, all of his PT, every doctor that was involved in putting his body back together, invited them to like a steak dinner at the hospital, and they reserved like a whole room for her to have this whole presentation and serve him a really nice dinner.
I would have been crying.
Yeah, she said every single person was bawling in the room.
I would have been passed out crying.
But every single one of them were like, you would not believe, we talk about this all the time in this industry, is that once we do all this crazy stuff, we just put somebody's body back together and brought them back to life, and then we never see them again. Never know if all that work was worth anything. They could have died in a car wreck the next day,
right?
As soon as they get out of the hospital or whatever. So it's cool that you even came back,
right?
But to
recognized us,
right? But to even go beyond that and do something for us was like unheard of. So it's pretty cool.
And I'm always in tune listening to your stories. That's why I'm like, I know you're not gonna tell me no sad story. I'm like, where you going with this?
Last week. And I
no. Where you going with this?
No,
but that's amazing. That's a testament of just your life. It wasn't his time. It was not his time, and it's still not his time. He's still here.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I gotta meet him.
Yeah.
I gotta meet him. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
That's a blessing. Wow.
So just
you
me
done
and him.
You done took me to church.
Me and the robot out there.
Look at
slinging
you.
wood and
Still trying to give me that. No.
No, but I'm
That's
his biggest fan. Also,
I know you are, and I know the family just laughs and giggles, but it's in life you gotta laugh at things. And this is not a plug for my journals. I am a journal creator, but however, that's kind of how my journals got started, because I was journaling, and then I started thinking like how life is, and I'm like, man, you gotta journal this. Like sometimes things happen to you, and by no means your mental mindset can't remember every single thing that happens to you. Like you can't. So it's always good. I tell people to journal at the end of your day. Like right before you go to bed, have a journal right there and just put the time, date, and just a little bit of something. Because that's like something you leaving behind for somebody else,
right,
that could be struggling with something or going through something in your family, and they get all of these journals. Can you imagine how many journals I have a lot of them. But can you imagine how many journals you have to leave a legacy for somebody else that could be going through something? And if they just pick up your journal, they could read like, say if it's my niece, Aunt Isha went, they call me Isha. Aunt Isha just went to da-da-da, and look how, she navigated through that. So sometimes those things happen. So it's good that your family laughs about it, talks about it, and enjoys it, because his life had a purpose. It still has purpose here for something, you know. And it'd be amazing to know, has he really know what his purpose is? Has he really touched with that,
right,
to find out? So that's now let's jump on this for a minute with the luxury. So usually, like, someone that has any type of element that can change the dynamics of, maybe having extra wider walls in the house, or different things that can help them. I talk about wheelchair accessibility, all
right.
kinds of little things that somebody might need to upgrade their home almost into a luxury standpoint for them that maybe got in a fatal car accident, have a disability or what have you. Did he have to do any modifications to his home just to help him? I know he's functioning now, but did he have to do any modifications?
No, I mean, obviously he was put into walkers and wheelchairs for a while, but
Right.
he got
So he walking on his own?
functionality. Oh yeah, you wouldn't,
Man, that's
until
amazing.
he tries to turn. If you talk to him, obviously he turns
Yeah, he
like
gotta
this.
turn like that.
So you kind of notice, but he pushes the limits. So he tries to
That's
turn
amazing.
it his whole neck all the time. So it's not like you completely notice, but
That's amazing.
he didn't really have to do much on the modifying for their home, because he was like, I'm not staying in this way. I'm
know
getting
that's
back to
right.
normal.
I need to give
And
him a
I
high
will.
five. I
Yeah.
love it. That's amazing. I love
He's
how
bad.
people fight the odds of anything that somebody give them. I'm always a
Right.
fighter. I tell people, you come, if I leave this place and I'm in my casket, you better make sure I'm out, because I might jump up and say, let's go.
Right.
Let's go.
Right.
But no, seriously, that's good.
Yeah.
Like, that's deep. That's deep. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
Speaking of, we spoke about a couple podcasts ago about blended families
Yes.
in homes now and things like that, and something that they were talking about was they have set themselves up to be taken care of at some point, because they don't want it to be a burden, because
Right.
a lot of kids don't think about that, or parents, that whenever I do get to a certain point in my life and I can't take care of myself, am I what I've saved up, or are my kids going to be able to afford to put me into those crazy expensive assisted
Right.
homes? And so they set that self up, and as soon as they told me that, I said, absolutely not. You pull that money out, we're spending it, first of all. Second of all,
Wow.
I'll take care of you. You're living in my house wherever I'm at, wherever you
Aw,
want
that's
to be.
nice of
I'm
you.
not, nobody I know that close is going into any of that.
That's how
I
I
don't like
feel
that.
about that's how I feel. I've had that conversation recently with my parents, and that's how I feel about living assistance and all that kind of stuff. I was like, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
Like, that's
I want
not.
you at home.
Yeah, your facility. You're about to have the ultra luxury facility. Whether we sell both houses and I rebuild something bigger and grander
Right.
for you to live, but your last days on this earth will not be by yourself in a room that you're fed mashed potatoes with no gravy.
Right.
And it's bland. Like, you know
And,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna live out your last parts happy, like, not sad, and hoping that somebody come visit you.
Right.
So
That's why
that's
you
deep.
Yep.
That's deep.
So
So the luxury side.
Yep. Turn that up.
I know, the luxury side, but no, it's always good to share stories. That's a part of y'all being a part of our podcast family, is that you get a chance to get to know us personally. You get a chance to laugh with us. You get a chance to cry. You get a chance to be scared with us, because I didn't know where that story was going. I almost got scared there. Y'all know I don't. And FYI for y'all, mother fans, I do not like scary movies. I do not watch them. I do not participate in them. I do not like them. So that's me. So with the benefits of owning luxury, an ultra luxury facility, what, I guess, as far as real estate for you, what are some of the wins for somebody that's owning something like that?
Well, you do see residential wise, you do see a lot of people, and we've talked about this too, that you'd ask me the question that you feel like a lot of people don't do financing in that status or that much money, but you do
Right.
see that You do obviously a lot of cash.
Right.
But you see money moved around all kinds of different ways.
Right.
With loans and things like that. So you got to be strategic.
Right.
So whenever you are at that point, because especially where interest rates are now, you can't just get a regular loan for these price ranges.
Right.
But if you multiply that times the interest, these high interest rates,
Right.
you're paying astronomically more than anyone else and that you
So
could
you
ever
see
think
people
of.
paying cash now, right?
So you do see lots of cash, but you
Yeah.
also see they have figured out the ways and worked with different banks and stuff to figure out ways to get it down, because a lot of people don't know about buying down rates and things like
Right.
that.
We talked about that before.
We have talked about that.
I've
That's
done it.
an unknown thing.
Right.
A lot of people don't understand what that means. So they have, that advantage. But you see where, like I said, it's more strategic and people know the questions to ask. So
Right.
some of my clients that are in this area, they have a list for me. So these are the houses I want to see, and then I have to go run numbers and dig for this information and then balance it out for them
Right.
and show them what it's going to look like
Right.
if they did buy it and if they bought it this way,
Right.
if they need to put cash towards it first, if they need to finance it, what looks the best. So it's because it's a business move. So a lot of people use this for not only their home, but it's an investment for them.
Right.
And yes, we always call all real estate an investment,
Right.
even if it is, people want to look like, this is just my home. Don't create a business out of it, but
Right.
it is.
Right.
So these people really focus on that yes, it is. I'm tying up $5 million into
Right.
this building. It needs to, I'm only going to be here for 3 years, or, a lot of times people move around like that whenever you are around this range, because
Right.
they're doing international business. So
Right.
they could be in Dubai
Right.
in 3 years or 2
And
years.
is the range right now staying in a piece of property that you purchase about 2 years? You should want to try to stay in it for 2 years to.
Almost always.
Okay.
Depends, though, where you're at. And I always set a rule
Okay.
for people. Not really, but I
Right.
tell them, this is kind of where that market's going.
Right.
This is what's coming to that area. This is kind of the rate it's moving at. So you're looking at 2 to 3 years before it's developed to where this land is becoming more
Bigger bang for
wanted,
your buck, right.
and that you'll be able
Right.
to actually profit what you're thinking.
Okay.
So it'll look like this in 3 to 5 years. It'll look like this in 5 to 10 years. And I help estimate that. Obviously, you never know exactly what the world's going to
Right.
do and what areas are going to look like.
Because you have to pay attention to what's going on in the world and the market.
Right.
You know.
There's a lot of
And it's
factors.
been all over the place lately for everything, interest rate, everything.
Right.
But people are still buying and people are still doing stuff. We have things that are out there that as far as even me, my family, just liquidating stuff, adding stuff,
Right.
purchasing stuff. So yeah, the market is like all over the place still.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a good way.
Right. And
Yeah,
I've
good
kind
way.
of shown you that with some of your properties that you were like, man, we really thought this was going to do something better by this point.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I can show you it did at some point, but
Right.
then that area dropped again. And
Right.
so here's the graph for you.
Right.
And you're like,
Hopefully
oh,
that before the
I get
podcast
that.
when we were talking, hopefully the other conversation can be a good thing and we can go on and make that happen.
Right. Right.
Side note.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah.
because when you get good offers or a decent offer, it's good to just take it and try to take it if you can negotiate it out and move forward with
Right.
it. If
Yeah.
if it's doable and workable for all parties that feel good about it.
Right. But another thing for that is obviously people buy in this range for prestigious status.
Oh yeah.
I want to be in this neighborhood because of the
Right.
name,
Right.
or I want to have a house like this to
Right.
show off.
Right.
They got to, now that I'm making this money, I have to hold this statue that I am
Right.
who I am, and this is what I need to portray, that I
Right.
have this house with these gates and
Right. And sometimes you
cars.
need it too, just because if you made it to a certain degree in your life, you have to be protected.
Right.
Some people do just need it for that they're in this element that they cannot
Walk
go
down the
down.
street.
Right, they just can't walk down the street and they can't
Right.
go down to this. I mean, think about all your influencers and all of your, I mean, some people that went from here to woo, they way over here now. Blondie is one that I used to watch for a long time. I don't know if y'all know who Blondie is. Blondie is one that she started doing like high end cars. She was
yes.
yeah. And
I
now
watch her
they
'cause she does
just
all these crazy futuristic cars
futuristic
too.
cars. So she started doing it, you know, just regular doing a YouTube. I don't even know if it was YouTube. I don't know what it was on, but I remember watching her, and I remember watching her evolve. But now, I mean, they just custom made her a Rolls Royce.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that one, and I was like, girl, that's bad. I'm like, oh, Blondie. Come on, let me see it. I want to just sit in your car. No,
Right.
it's nice. I was like, but so you talk about how you go from here to there, and so sometimes people need that extra, you know, lifestyle because now they, you know, they're pretty popular now.
Right. So that is a thing too.
It goes two different kind of ways. You know,
Right.
somebody got to keep the status going, and then you got somebody that actually probably need the protection
Right.
of stuff. But I don't even think she stays like that. I talked about it on another podcast show because I really was intrigued on how she grew. Like that,
Right.
that is like amazing to me and so genuine. And you know, talking about something, you know, just like a
that
car
she loves.
that she
Yeah.
loves. That's what I'm saying. That's what she loves.
Yep.
What about the commercial side? Like, what are we looking at on that when it comes to that ultra?
Well, I think it's the same thing with starting with the dollar signs. So how you're going to profit it. And then also has a little bit to do, you see it in areas that are developing for that style, you know,
Right.
so you're not going to put a shopping center outside this crazy country club
No.
that looks a certain way.
No.
You know that this country club, like that population of people are going to be the ones shopping there,
Right.
has to look a certain way. So now
Right.
you have to hold a certain presence with that. You have to decorate it a certain way.
Right.
You have to fill it with certain stores.
Right.
That,
The aesthetics has to be there.
hmm And then
Yeah.
you have to, like, there's a lot of thought going into development of something like that because of, you have to be choosy of what, or specific.
Even
of
what comes into the area.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, what businesses you're allowing in that shopping
Because
center.
it can't be a bunch of massage parlors that's open up at 1:00 at night.
Right.
You know.
I don't know.
You
Maybe
know,
some
no,
guys
but
are
I'm
like,
just saying,
No,
you know.
I'm kidding.
But you know, that's in certain areas
Yeah.
of town.
Right.
And so some areas absolutely, and I can only say because I'm North girl, right? The Woodlands has done a very good job to make sure that the signs are low to the ground. Like you can't even find them because of the trees and the signs are
Right.
like micro to the ground, and you're like, I just missed my turn.
I know.
So
Worth
you know,
it.
yeah, you know. So it's wild how, you know, things evolve and stuff. But you're absolutely right. The aesthetics is there.
Right.
You know, you just can't have all this, you know, modge podging going on in
Right.
certain areas.
Yeah, I've had several people, and friends that I've shown around, like the Woodlands,
Right.
for example, whenever they're shopping and looking for a place that they're like, this would kill me. I didn't even know that the Lowe's was hidden behind all
Right,
these trees.
behind the trees,
That's
42
frustrating. How do you
trees.
know where
Right.
it's at? And I'm like, one, you learn. Two, we
Right.
all have a cell phone that has a GPS.
Right, right. Cars
But
have them too.
It's right, but it's. I love that we get to live in a forest like that.
Yeah.
That you don't have to see these big buildings on every single
Right.
corner.
Because the big buildings aren't really attractive.
No.
It got too many
Most of the
colors, so
time.
those trees
Right.
hide the colors. Like
Right.
all of that's Mod Podging colors, it hides the colors.
Right.
And then the signs that they require in the township, I guess, of the Woodlands are like really small. But parts of Kingwood does that too, right?
Yep, they do a lot of stuff like that. Not to the extent that the Woodlands is, of
Right.
course. And they're getting back to it. There's a
Okay.
lot of development happening in Kingwood. They're trying to preserve all of those kinds of things and start to use their money to bring that back or
Okay.
continue what was kind of left off, because the Woodlands came after Kingwood, so you kind of saw it draw away from Kingwood.
Right.
Everybody started following the Woodlands in the
Right.
north side. So you kind of saw it drop off for a little bit. Now it's ramping back up.
Right.
Because everyone saw the benefit in Kingwood.
So I do see a difference between the Woodlands and Hughes Landing, though, because now within Hughes Landing, there's a lot of trees being knocked down. You could see a lot more than what you can actually see. Hughes Landing is in the Woodlands, okay? So follow me here with my story with it is that aesthetically wise, to me, it seems like in Hughes Landing, there's a lot less trees within the area. I don't know if it's because of the lake, North Shore, or I'm not too sure, but there's a lot less trees where things are a lot less hidden. Like they're not, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know if they decided we're going to show a little bit more of the businesses or the Whole Foods. All of that little stuff is not as hidden as when you're driving deeper into the Woodlands, I guess.
And I don't know if that was just poor planning or changed planning because of what all they wanted right there.
Right.
Decided it couldn't fit
it doesn't
with that
have a
buffer
lot of
that they
trees.
keep, because they usually keep that buffer against the road. I think it had to do with a little bit of everything. Just we want to pack all this in here. It's not fitting with the buffer.
And is that considered different, Hughes Landing? Is that different?
Different.
Like a different? Is that a different from?
No.
Okay, so it is like the Woodlands, but it's.
It's just the name of
Okay.
that shopping center.
Okay.
That's what you would call it, I guess. Development, but
Okay. I like it.
What I wish I knew at the start. Trusting BlueScorpion Property Preservation Management Group with our commercial landscaping was the best decision ever. BlueScorpion Property Preservation Management Group has been transforming commercial spaces into green paradises. Our clients can't stop raving about us. Just listen to what they have to say.
First client review. Our property has never looked this good. 5 stars all the way.
Second client review. Professional, reliable, and simply the best in the business. 5-star service.
From lush green lawns to vibrant floral displays, we've got it all covered. Our dedicated team ensures your property not only looks great but stands out.
Third client review. Their attention to detail is incredible. Our landscaping has never been in better hands. 5 stars.
Whether you're a business or an individual, BlueScorpion Property Preservation Management Group brings expertise, reliability, and a touch of magic to every project. Ready to transform your property? Join the 5-Star Club! Because at BlueScorpion Property Preservation Management Group, we believe every property deserves to shine. BlueScorpion Property Preservation Management Group, where properties thrive.
yeah. But you do see a lot more being knocked down because some of those, which it still has a buffer on the other side, but like where the Ritz-Carlton is coming in, that buffer's still there, but now you see it.
Right.
Whereas people assumed that was preserved land,
Right.
part of the woodlands to keep hidden,
I didn't
that
even
trails
think you
go
could put
through.
anything in there.
Nope, that land's been waiting on that. So
Wow, I didn't even think you could put it. They
That's
kind of like stuck it in a little corner there, but it's not non-accessible because you can actually get to a kayak. Because I kayak
Right.
there like literally almost 3 to 4 times a week,
right.
and I'm always like, "Ooh, hi, hello.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So so when I said commercial, we always been jumping back on this Ritz Carlton. Can't wait for that. Literally, I want to see. I can't wait. But what else is a part of that? That we can tag on and try to elaborate more on.
All right. Oh, we can continue on what people kind of do with those properties, which is, and we talked about this too, why people decide to have such a giant house. Because you were saying, I don't understand why people have 40, 50,000 square foot homes.
Right.
What do you use that for?
Right.
And like a lot of like celebrities, for instance, have to host events. They have to. Why not use my house for it?
Right.
But you are seeing more and more that people now rent them out for a wedding.
Right.
For
because you
social
showed me
event.
about a wedding venue that I was like, that's a little hidden, gem within.
Chateau.
Yeah.
Can't remember the full name.
I can't remember the full name either.
But champions.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't even know that existed. I mean, it's like this huge mansion behind trees within a neighborhood. It's gorgeous. I gotta go by there and see it.
Yeah. So there's benefits. 'Cause
Right.
That's income producing. You now have an event center that you also live in.
Right. I don't even know how they passed it away with the HOA stuff, because that's within a neighborhood though.
not
It's
tied
not
to
really
it.
tied to the neighborhood.
I think it was established before.
The HOA.
Yeah, and there's
It's
certain
in the
things that you
neighborhood,
can
but
get.
it's not the neighborhood,
Right.
kind of. Wow. That's amazing.
Mhm.
And things get grandfathered in all the time, too.
Right, or annexed.
Annexed from, yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, that's pretty cool. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But I did have that, that notion of like, what does somebody need a 20,000 square foot home? And I have two good friends. One has a 12,000 square foot home. 12,000 square foot home, and the other one has around about 19,800 square foot home. And I'm like she's just like in it, and I'm like, she's like, I don't ever go on that side of the house. I'm like, what is going on?
Right.
And then I remember she told me her daughter came into town and was in the house for almost like a week, and she didn't even know, she was there until, because they had a kitchen in the other part of the house.
Right.
And they have a kitchen in the main part of the house. Then they had a kitchen on the side part of the house. So literally you could be in the house and you don't necessarily have to bump into each other because you got all of the same things on the opposite side of the house.
Right.
Insane.
I know.
Insane.
It
But
is.
I mean, insane in a good way and a bad way. So.
Yeah, but there is uses to some
It's
of them.
uses for it, yeah.
I get there's some people that
Yeah.
they do that for status.
Right.
and
That's true.
That's
true.
it. So
And you got to respect the game.
right, right, exactly.
You got to respect the game. But
Exactly.
as I keep, growing the different, and now I'm like, okay, and we had that conversation before. It's like when you have a touch of something, it's like you don't want to go back to it. So I'm like, oh, now I see why. I'm not. This is all I want now.
Right, exactly.
So I get it.
They always say that first class flight. You
Oh,
said,
yeah, you was telling me
you'll
about
never
that.
do it. I think. What is his name? He does the show Family Feud.
Okay.
What is his name? Why can I not think?
Oh,
of his
Steve
name?
Harvey? No?
Steve Harvey.
Okay, because I was like, Family Feud, who's
Steve
doing it now?
Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
I love him because he speaks a lot now. He has like a separate show where he speaks just about life and
Really?
he always
I know you wrote a book.
I love his views on everything.
Really?
He just such a good guy and talks about he came from nothing. He
Right.
moved to LA and lived
he
in
was
his
living
car
out his car, yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
And
Kevin Hart too, I think.
Oh, I didn't know
Something
that
like
about
that,
Kevin
yeah.
Hart.
Somebody is a lot of them that's comedians live out their car for a couple years because I mean you're trying to make it,
Right.
trying to break through the ceiling. You're going from one club to the next club to the next club to do your sitcoms and stuff.
Right.
But I mean he's rocking it now because I saw he's living in a very nice luxury home.
Mm-hmm.
I got a chance they had the view thing or something where they were viewing this house or something, and I watched it one weekend. And I was like, oh wow, that's a nice little house.
Nice little house.
Nice little house. It wasn't little,
Right.
But it was nice. So tax benefits, considerations, tax benefits.
Yeah, so I don't want to dive in that too much because I don't want to be held to the fire. for
Okay, we're not gonna be
anything I
held to the
mention,
fire. But let's
'cause
talk about me.
there
RB. Bees. I was talking to somebody about that. Getting a beekeeper.
Oh, right.
You
You
know.
can do that on any property over certain acreage. It depends where you're at. So certain acreage.
Help your taxes.
Yep. And
Okay.
you get a tax benefit because you are now an agricultural.
Agricultural.
So you're like
something.
a farm,
Right.
and that's a tax benefit.
Which I'm doing research on that to like learn more about it. But there's all kinds of ways. Not to say that you don't want to pay taxes or be taxes, but you could, if you have a lot of land, you could be utilizing it for something to be beneficial to the local community, because that within itself can make honey for the local community.
Exactly.
Wax for candles.
Right.
For the local community. Say if you're making candles for, and that's why I'm saying you're up in the game making it ultra luxury, right? And so you could be making candles for when the storm comes, because we're in Texas. It can be, you're making all these
benefit
candles.
someone.
Yeah, you can make it beneficial that you have this here, but you're, giving back to the community in some kind of way.
Right.
Yeah.
But it benefit you too.
It's a two-way benefit, which is
Right.
a good thing. You giving
And that's
back a
okay.
little bit, yeah, and that's okay. You giving back a little bit. It just really becomes selfish when you're trying to do things that's not, going to benefit everybody. You want to be a benefit to your communities. Just like we had a couple of weeks ago, we had Dr. MJ on the show, and we were talking about how to get involved in your community
Right.
and making making a difference, and that keeps your community up high,
Right.
you know, and property values good, and you know, the community good and stuff like that. So,
Right.
yeah.
Agree. It's all part of it. Something else, if you're going back to, I mean, it turns it into commercial, but like I said, making event centers and stuff out of it, like whenever you become that, you're now a commercial business. So you're able to write things off because you spend money on that house. The money that you do spend on that house,
Right.
you're spending money on that business.
Right.
So there's lots of benefits in that. And you need to talk to a tax professional about that, not me.
I actually
But-
have an absolutely wonderful tax professional that I've been utilizing for years. And one of the biggest things that I tell people is really good to do is to don't wait until you need one and become bigger. Get him now. Get them when you got that DBA.
Right.
Don't wait until you got an S corp or a LLC, you know, and don't wait until you get so big. Now you need somebody, and then now you get somebody, and you find out you got to go back 5 to 6 years to fix stuff that you had Tony the Tiger in Walmart doing your taxes or something. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? On a business tax, you know, you want to utilize your, you know, get your stuff in order now, you know, because you want to optimize the time that you have, not trying to go backwards to fix stuff, going forward, you know, to fix things.
Right.
So if anything, that's a tidbit to all of y'all that have businesses out there, or you have property that you're, get you a good CPA. Like now, don't wait, you know, ask questions about and interview them. Just don't, like my CPA that I utilize also has a law firm inside of it that deals with nothing but taxes. So you get your butt in some trouble, they got you. They already got the lawyers inside of the
That's awesome.
yeah, inside of the CPA. Now, do they cost? Yes. When I first started my businesses, I was like, oh, how much it cost to do the taxes? I'm like, oh goodness. But now I'm like, I'm glad I have y'all, because when something go wrong or something, you know, I just give them all of it. You know,
Right.
scan it, give it all to them. They come back with questions. I'm like, give them the answers, and they specialize in it because they do it year round. They're not just, you know, don't, I'm gonna tell anybody. That was one of, I never had tax issues or nothing like that because I always file my taxes and do what's right. But that's the biggest no-no, is to go to somebody that only does it. You have a business and that you do it, they only do it for that, small window.
Right. They wait till April, whatever it is.
Right, now all of a sudden they got a name up there, they do taxes, and now you taking your business taxes to them.
Right.
That is a horrible idea.
Right.
I mean, you just might as well let little TJ in the daycare do your taxes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because
right.
that's pretty much what's happening. And
Right.
I don't mean to put shade on people that's got, you know, a little tax place or something like that, but when people are doing business taxes, laws and things change
Right.
constantly. So if that person is not up on their game, they can fool around and get you in trouble.
Right.
You know, and you're the one signing off on those taxes.
Right. Yeah, that's something that I preach to a lot of people, is that I bet in almost every single agreement you've ever signed with a tax professional, that it says
You're responsible.
they are not liable for one
Exactly.
thing that's put on this document.
Right.
You are supposed to read through it and know what
Right.
you're filing, and they are just turning in the documents for
Right.
you.
And I would rather just, you know, me go ahead and pay somebody that's really, you know, knows the laws, researching it, because if you got luxury properties or you're dabbling into this industry, they're gonna know the best things to do, and you're gonna have to pay like on stuff, but you better do it right.
Right.
You better do it right. And I don't know, I don't want to go politics, but didn't Todd and Chris Lee's, didn't they just get out? I like them. I mean, I do. I like them, like their personality and stuff.
Yep.
So they got out, but I don't know what they really got in there for, you know, and I don't even know what, you know,
It's the
so
same thing.
right. So
Some numbers not adding up right, which I think end up not being correct is
Or
why,
something like
but
that.
anyways.
But it's a long story short. You gotta, because whatever you sign, that's what you're responsible for, even if you got somebody else doing it, you know. that's how it never made sense to me. That I'm like, this person got this business and they're doing, stuff. So, and then you sign it, and then now you responsible
Right.
for it, and you paid them to be the professional.
Right.
So if you're paying them, make sure they know what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah. So with that, we were talking about the bees, adding that's agriculture to kind of help the luxury stuff. What's some other stuff like that's out there that's helpful to know about when you're, owning something like this?
Well, something big, and I harp on you on making sure everything's lined up this way, is just protection.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the biggest things is just having things set up in trust and LLCs.
Oh, yeah.
Those things help protect you from, and separating them too.
Right.
So if this part of the business is in trouble,
Right.
it's because things happen. You go
Right.
through bad times and you lose a business.
Right.
It's not going to take away from
Right.
your home. So locking and getting with I think they call them like estate management companies, or someone that specializes in that. Lawyers are usually who organizes all that for you.
Right.
Getting all of that set up, because it's going to be too late whenever something comes up.
Oh,
so it
yeah,
has to
you
be
can't
set
run
up
around
in
and
that
do that.
already before
Right.
something comes up.
Yeah.
So, and then that also helps you with like capital gains and inheritance tax
Yeah.
and things like that. The way you can
Those
pass
things are
down
real.
things.
Yeah, those things are real. Capital gains and all
Right.
of that. That's real.
Because something that my mom talks about a lot on her side of real estate that she's seen
Mhm.
quite a bit is someone's left a house, say their parents owe money,
Mm-hmm.
those kids have to be able to afford that home, and maybe it is something like this that's a really large luxury property. Those kids have to be able to take it over and take care of it, like even just say it is paid off and all they have is maintenance, taxes, HOA, stuff like that. But if they can't afford all those on a 40,000 square foot home, the electric bill is not $600.
Oh no, it's not.
So
by no means, it's up in the thousands. To
right.
be honest,
right.
I've seen some of those bills. They $4,000, $5,000
right, and especially the taxes
a month.
are going to be
We're talking
right,
about a month.
right,
Yeah.
and then the taxes, and a lot of kids will have to lose houses because
Ridiculous.
they can't even take care of it, and they can't even pay off the debt that their parents are supposed to without it. So now they're stuck. Can't
Right.
sell it because it's tied up in all this now. What do I do? So
Can they short sell it?
there's
the luxury
there's always
home?
ways out of it.
Okay.
That's why you reach out to a real estate professional.
Real quick.
We've been talking about this week is
Yeah.
people wait till the last minute
Oh yeah.
to decide, hey, I need help.
I got clients.
What do
that
I do?
Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't you have came to me before
Right.
the bank is knocking at your door saying it's too
Right.
late?
I'm trying to toss you up out of there and you
Right.
fighting.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes it really is too late.
Right. Right.
So
Well, and I dabbled in the not dabbled. We still have that entity of the foreclosure side, and
Yeah.
scary times. Doing that, I always like to be in the field with my people and see what they go through, and I've actually, had to. I get the chuckles in the audience here because of knowing, but no, I remember quite. A situation where I had a foreclosed home, and it was, I think it was probably about 900, and I think it was about the amount $965,000, almost $1 million home. Very big, very beautiful, and I remember we changed the locks. We got there because usually what happens is I hear the shh shh. But we got there, and usually what happens is you get a chance to scout out the house first.
Right.
And you're telling like JP Morgan Chase or whoever, they go to work at this time, they do this, ... And by the time they get to that phase, that means they're like way past due some years. It's not, they don't just nobody's trying to just seize houses.
right.
But I remember going, and that person was gone, and we went into the house because we had the bank order, we had the cops there, all at 9 yards. So the biggest thing that you do is change the locks. Like that's the first thing you do when you go in there. It's like repoing cars, right? You go in there, you change the locks. Like we're like breaking locks, changing locks. I got all my crew, we're changing locks. We get all the locks changed, and the dude comes back. He's like, "What are you doing in my house?" And he calls the law, and literally we got the paper. We're like pointing at the paper. We're all like now trapped in the house. We were just supposed to change the locks and go. But now we're trapped in the house because he's going all bananas and crazy
you're
outside.
at the window?
And we're at the window holding the paper going. And he's like, I'm calling the law. Y'all done broke in my house. And so the laws come. And then, but their laws were just with us. But we were finishing up stuff. And then the laws come and they're like, he's like, no, this is like bank order. We were here earlier while they were doing it. I hate to see those situations. And you remember I told you during COVID, we talked a lot of people through it, but it'd be some crazy,
I believe it,
crazy stuff when it comes to the luxury end, and people get so far behind that they wait, like you said, they wait till the last. Yeah, they wait till the last minute, and you don't have to wait till the last minute. There's so many ways, don't inherit something and then wait till the last minute and then you can't afford it and then you're sitting on $1 million piece of property.
Right.
That doesn't, it won't do no good for nobody because it's going to go on a tax auction lien or something and people are going to bid for it and they're going to take it and they're going to do something with it.
Right.
So why not benefit your family by, setting everything up, the correct way.
Right. I've seen some, speaking on that, and they especially watch homes like that are luxury homes or in that $900,000 range. They watch for unpaid taxes, and these companies will go pay the taxes year over year. Now they have ownership in it. They take it to a judge and say, they're behind on their payments. I've been making the tax payments.
Correct.
I would like to take ownership of this property. Technically,
Correct.
I do own it. I pay the taxes on the land. And almost like I would say 9 times out of 10 that a judge will go in favor of who's paying the taxes.
Yeah. It's some crazy stuff. That's why I tell people, too, make sure that you always look at your taxes. Don't be like, oh, I didn't get a tax bill. Oh, I didn't get it. That's what happens. Oh, I didn't get a tax bill. Oh, I didn't get a tax bill. It's
your responsibility.
And it's your responsibility as a homeowner. And they do sit around and look for those. I forgot what you call those. They actually got a name for those people that do that. Just kind of like they have a name for the people that do the in between the wholesalers that do the transactions to try to keep calling people. You selling a lot, you selling the land. It's like, I never owned that land. Like, what records are you looking at?
Right.
Yeah, so you got all of those different line of people that way.
Right.
But, this is wonderful. I enjoyed our talk
Lots
today.
of niches.
Real estate has so many. It's unbelievable. Like, it's probably a new one being formulated right now.
Right.
But I always enjoy our talks. This was a very just interesting talk about, just we kind of went all over the board, but it was a really good talk today.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna tell y'all. You have anything else you want to tell anybody today before we just wrap this thing up?
I don't think so.
No?
Get you a real estate agent before it's too late.
Yeah, before it's too late. If you need a good property management company, your girl right here, BlueScorpion Property. So make sure you look us up and share, like, and subscribe and enjoy your day. And, do something nice and do something sweet for somebody. But always do something for yourself. Stay healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I will do the same. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah, man, you scared me with that story.